Hello, it's Rose from the Painted Toad, and I have another pumpkin makeover for you. And I've had this pumpkin, I don't know, for as long as I can remember. It's been kind of dusty and dirty down in my basement, and I thought it would be the perfect candidate for a pumpkin makeover. So I'm going to get started and show you what we're going to do here. Let me switch my cameras so you can get a better look at my pumpkin. This is one of those craft pumpkins you can get from from your local craft store. And they come in a variety of colors now. This, I think, is one of the originals, like when they first started coming out with those pumpkins. So what I'm going to actually do for this is I'm first going to coat it with some white paint. And if you watched my other pumpkin makeovers, you will know that a little bit of white paint goes a long way in helping our color to show up. However, this particular pumpkin, I actually think I'm going to keep it white. So I'm going to do this first coat with the white acrylic paint, and I'm just using a flat brush. And then after this coat, I'm going to add a little bit of I have a white metallic or pearl white that I'm going to add over this to give it a little bit of sheen. So I'm going to go ahead and paint all this, and I'll be talking to you again with the next step in a moment. All right, now that this is dry, I'm going to be using some, let me pull it out here. This is from Folk Art, but you could use any brand. This is Pearl White. It's got a metallic finish. There's also some other really great finishes that you could do in the craft paints. So let's see how this one works out. I'm going to put this right over the white. The white should give us a nice base coat, and then that will help the pearl show up. Otherwise, if you just do the pearl on top of the orange, it's pretty thin and transparent. So you don't really, you might have to do multiple coats if you do it that way. So that first layer of white is very important. So I am just going to go ahead and add this pearl colored paint all over the pumpkin. All right, now for the next part, what I'm going to do is I have a small bottle cap here. You could do a couple different sizes of bottle caps if you want to make it uh, a little bit different, like you can use a large and a small. And we're going to use these bottle caps to create a polka dot pattern. We can get a nice round circle on here. It might be a little bit easier to map out where you want those circles. So what I was going to do is I'm going to take some gold paint. I want to try some gold and just see how this works out. I think I like that gold a little bit better. So I'm just gonna keep kind of spinning my cap in there and then creating circles on my pumpkin. And if you get a little spot here that doesn't totally go in, you can always go back in and add that. Now that I have those gold rings on there, you can see those, it looks pretty cool. I'm going to go back in with some of my other metallic colors. And I wanted to fill in those circles with some of the different metallic colors that I have. So I'm going to start with my shimmery blue, and this is Peacock Pearl by Deco Art. It's metallic. And then I am going to, I could dry these. In fact, I recommend you dry them. But I'm going to just paint inside of this circle. Let's see how that looks. So I think that's kind of pretty. I'm going to do my various, I've got various colors here, the copper, the green, and the blue. Now that I have those filled in, I'm going to take the larger cap. I already tried this on a couple of them, and I like the look of another ring of gold around the outside of this smaller circle. So I'm just put more gold on there, and we're just gonna stamp it right on here. If all of it doesn't transfer, you can kind of rock it in a couple places. But honestly, I kind of like the loose, imperfect look of it. So if that's not your style, or you're not jiving with that, you can create something a little different or not do the rings. But I like the kind of messy look. I think it does add to the piece. It kind of makes it a little bit whimsical. And then last but not least, let me wipe this off. Here, I use these for a lot of different things, so I'll get the paint off of there. Surprising how many different things you can use a cap for. I'll set those aside. And then I'm going to take a flat brush, and I am going to paint the stem using the last of my gold here. So I paint a gold stem. I already did a bit of the white on there. It'll need a couple of coats, definitely. Can already see. Okay, I think it's all done. Let me switch my camera and you can let me know what you think. I'm going to very carefully pick this up because it's still very wet. The gold is wet. A little bit. There we go. That's a little better. I'm trying to get it so it's not so shiny. Get that in up there. So what do you think? I think that's definitely a fun idea for a pumpkin design. Be very careful here because my fingers are, when your fingers have the acrylic paint on them, they want to stick to the acrylic that's already there, so you have to be real careful, otherwise it'll just pull it off. So I need to clean my fingers. But there you go, another pumpkin makeover, and I hope you have fun painting one too. Reminding you always that you should be creative, be artistic, and get connected at the Painted Toad. Thanks for tuning in.